Welcome everyone to episode 7 of Monster Hunter Try. In today's episode, I want to show you something really quick. I'm still not ready really to start the episode, but I wanted to show you something. A way to easily grind Gobul. If you're having trouble Gobul, there's something I really want to show you first in this episode, and then we are going to continue with the rest. But yeah, this is something I was debating if I want to show you or not, but I really, really want to show you. If you're having trouble, this is basically my grinding route for Gobul, which might be interesting to some people. Take everything in here. This is something you can't do on your first try because you need to trigger the cutscene first. But you can do this on each subsequent hunt for Gobul. Here we go. First off, go through area 2 and go to this gathering spot right at the entrance to area 4 and get a frog. Which is, which you might not realize this is possible. With the frog, go to here, to the edge of the water. Make sure not to fall into the water. And fish with the frog. Gobul will show up, and you can fish him out of the water, which is really funny to me. It also completes one of your sub quests, for sure. Yeah. So from this onward, I usually go for the tail. I try to carve off the tail. The lantern is easier to break underwater. So I would recommend from this point forward, you're basically going to have a land fight against Gobul, and it will go to area 3 underwater usually pretty after a while. And there you can wail on the lamp and then basically break the lamp. The lamp is easy to break. It takes like 3 to 4 hits with your weapon directly onto the lamp to break it. It's relatively simple to break. You need just the right spacing. And we're back in Mogo Village. I want to show you what I've done since last time. As you can see, I crafted a new set of armor. Let's get into equipment. I have the Gobul armor. It was easier to craft for me. Gobul was easier to farm for me than Baroth. That's why I basically did it. Also, let's look at our weapons for short. In the terms of hammers, I don't really have any changes at all. Not sure if I should even pursue the hammers right now, or maybe just for now do the switch axis. I crafted this one, which, required a flintstone. And it requires 2 more to upgrade. I'm not sure I want to do this. I might craft a secondary weapon, a different one. But let's see. Then I crafted the assault axe 2 times. I crafted it 2 times. I had enough materials to immediately upgrade it to assault axe plus, which is really good. Basically, you can upgrade it to 2 different versions of this one, which requires stuff from a monster we don't have, we haven't fought yet. But yeah. So basically, This one has more attack. This one has additional slots. We will. I might craft both. When we get there, and I upgraded this switch axe so we can make a bolt axe out of it. Um, just a second. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, I didn't grind that much, to be honest. I finished some of these villager requests. For this one, I need the Argosy to come back, and for this one, I need a monster fluid. But I have a bunch of points right now because I did a bunch of Moga Woods grinding. Um, a bunch of, Great Shaggy gives 150 points. Kurpeko, I think 250. Royal Ludra 300. So I have been doing a bunch of Great Shaggy and Royal Ludroth in there, which is basically 450 points with one run, which you can basically complete in 10 minutes or so. So that's good. Also, yeah, I think that's it. The Assault Axe is pretty good. It has a paralysis file. I'm going to show you. Can I look at my equipment? Here we go. It has a paralysis file, so basically my sword attacks cannot paralyze. And it has a fuck ton of raw. Like, holy fuck, 810. It has negative affinity, which hinders my critical hit ability, but yeah. Also, the Gobul armor has speed eating, water resistance, and half stun. Half stun is always good. It's not the best armor, considering the armor I had before had attack up M, but yeah, it's good nonetheless. So we have a bunch of stuff to do. This one I'm going to do off screen, and this one too because it's a gathering quest. But I want to introduce you to the Tundra at this episode. That's why we will do the normal baggy and the great baggy one. Hopefully we have enough time for this. We might. Tundra is probably my second favorite in terms of areas. It's pretty good. I just like the Frozen Seaway a little bit more in terms of design. Probably in terms of how the map is laid out, I like this one more. But in terms of, map design, the Frozen Seaway is a little bit better. Also, speed eating. Oh my god. That shit's fire. I didn't realize this. Holy. Okay, this might not be too bad. So yeah, we need to slay 20 baggy. I'm going to speed this a little bit up. It's basically these things, which are basically the Jaggy equivalent, you know. But it's pretty easy, you just hunt them. There's not really that much to it. Go. There should be more of them around here. It's pretty empty, this area, but you can get, certain materials that you can't get anywhere. Like, that ore we need to upgrade everything is going to be in the Tundra. Isn't it called Ecesium in this one? And in further gens, it's called Icium, right? Which is a weird naming convention. Just saying. But yeah, we want some baggy materials because they are new. And the Tundra is basically a new area which we haven't gone to yet. So let's take our time. Also, 20 baggy is a little much, to be honest. They are basically just like Jaggy. There's not really that much different about them. Usually, I would say, if you want to gather materials, do it during the Bloodstone quest. I have so many memories of this place, especially of Burial, which we will hunt later. Oh my god. This version of Burial is just brutal. It was probably the biggest wall in this game. For sure. For me, at least. But there's so many memories attached to this game, which is so wild to me. Like, even just, you know, hearing some of the monster names instantly takes me back to my first playthrough. You know? I didn't even remember that baggies were part of this game. For sure. But yeah, they were. So good. I know that people like Monster Hunter 2 and Monster Hunter 1 a lot. But personally, there's just... Here's the thing. Monster Hunter 1 and 2 have very different vibes for me to this one. This one is... It's almost like a reboot of the series at this point. And I really like it. It's simple. It's way simpler. Like, yeah, obviously it's a sort of reboot, but it's a good reboot. Like, to me at least. Like, I can't speak for everyone, right? Personally, I still think that the series sort of needed rebooting. I played Monster Hunter 2 for a while. To me, it's not as enjoyable as this game, really. I'm sorry, it just isn't. That's why I didn't make any videos on it, because I have no desire to play it. Really? I really want to, but it's difficult for me to get motivation to play it. Meanwhile, this game just has me playing casually because I just love it so much. What are you doing here? What the fuck? How did these guys get here? It's just a huge crowd of baggy that just spawned out of nowhere. I think those are the last two. Here we go. That's all of them. There you go. I will meet you back in Moga Village. We're back. And we immediately go into the next challenge. Because I want to. I really, really want to. So, the Great Baggy. Not to be confused with the Great Jaggy. Really. You shouldn't confuse those two. Those are totally different monsters. They give you tons of materials in low rank. Like, holy. Oh my god, speed eating is like, holy. How is that skill not required in multiplayer? Like, fuck. That one's quick. I think it's in area 2. We just need to trigger the cutscene. Yeah, maybe we should also take a hot drink. And select the paintballs. Or it's in area 3. One of them. There it is. It's a sleep monster. So yeah. It's really good. I mean, it's not the most difficult monster, so this placement is kind of weird. But I know that they wanted to keep, you know, the tundra. It's basically in the tundra, and they wanted to keep it there, so they could only unlock it right now. It's not really the most difficult monster. It's, you know, I would say one step above Great Jaggy tier. So about the Switch Axe. There's some things that I wanted to teach you about the Switch Axe that I could before. Here's the thing. This overhead slash, this wide overhead slash, is the strongest attack on the Switch Axe. It does the most amount of damage. So incorporating that into your style is pretty important. So also, this thrust attack, you can immediately switch into sword mode, like I've shown you that before. But also, if you press X 2 times in sword mode, let's look at these animations. This swiping animation, after that you can immediately jump back into X mode. So be on the lookout for that. The regular switching animation takes quite a long time. So basically immediately switching back from sword into X mode is really, really important. I stopped doing normal switches with my Switch Axe. I just always do this, and then only, you know, switch into sword mode. There's no space there. So yeah, as you can see, my sword mode does paralysis attacks. Which, you know, doesn't do a lot of paralysis, but it has a chance to. This is a really bad area to fight in when we have this huge open area and I decided to fight in the entranceway. So yeah. Here we go. And usually I, put my weapon away after sword mode. Switch axe is really good. I like it a lot. There we go. Oh, come on. My sharpness has dropped. Energy drink. So yeah, Great Baggy is almost done. Let's restore sharpness. Where's my whetstones? Okay, Great Baggy is almost done. What I wanted to show you as well is, let's use up some of our sword mod. In that bar at the top, when it's like this, you know, and you switch back, it says reload. If you try to switch in this state, if you try to switch in the sword mode, it reloads your axe. It reloads your sword mode. This is pretty important. In future games where we have more options better options to reload, that isn't much of a thing. That is a thing you should probably avoid. Because it takes some animation commitment. But in this game, you can actually do this, you know. You should probably do this. Especially if you run out and the monster just leaves the area, you know. When the monster basically leaves the area and it basically says reload, just take a short amount of time to just instantly reload. So you're ready for the next area. I think it's moving to area 6. No? Area 7? Yeah, I think area 7 was the jagginess, the bagginess in this one. But this one's pretty quick. There's not much to show you, but... The switch axe in this game is pretty powerful, I have to say. I really want to keep the hammer around, because there's some monsters that profit from hammer usage. Especially if we want to break horns and stuff. But... not sure what we do with that. That's it. Let's first gather this. There we go. Great baggy. So yeah, as I said, I was a bit too aggressive in this fight. That's why I took a lot of damage. But yeah. Great Baggy, a pretty solid fight. Again, this game has no real bad fights, in my opinion. I can't think of one, really. No, not really. There's like one or two which drag on a little bit too much. But really bad fights, not really. So, let's see what the village has in store for us, shall we? go. Oh, yeah. The Lagiacros has been sighted in Moga's waters. Here we go. So yeah, it's our official quest. So this is another villager request, right? Oh yeah, expanding the farm. Which we should be able to do pretty soon. Let's see. Let's see what next episode holds for us. So, Repeller Lagiacros is our next big quest. I will do these 2 quests off screen, and then we will do Trial of the Sea Dragon. So, thank you all for watching today's episodes. If you want to see more Monster Hunter content, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a huge amount. And thanks you all for watching. Bye!